What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video sharing episode. Yeah. No, today. What was today even? First of all, trainer's license. The last day of this part of the trainer's license course. Ooh, crazy, right? What did we do today? We, as a group, we're 12 people. We had to create an entire hour long or whatever, maybe even more, warm up, main part, and cool down, like that. An entire session basically. We did that, and then we got the topics for the license course, because it was the basic one, now the advanced, and then lastly there's the license part of the course. And so at the end of today, we had to decide on there were three different fields and some sub points, some points, right, under each of these topics. And we had to choose one from each field. Or not from each. We had to choose two fields and one each, like that. Yeah. I chose most people actually chose, how do you translate this? I basically chose my exam to teach something, or to warm up and to make the whole session game wise, learn through playing, learn through actual practice, instead of more of a theoretical approach where you're one for one teach them. For example, a friend is into boxing and he would go, first you throw a punch and then you block, and then all these things step by step. And I would be more of, here's a basketball, let's dribble a bit, let's pass, let's shoot, and then let's play, like that. And we basically have time until we start the license course, which for me will be 5th July. 5th July. So I have a bit more than a month to prepare this. And we have to do this without any paper whatsoever. And it will be the person leading this group said it will be we'll get there, and then everyone will have to the person, the examiner will be now it's your turn, and then to do this and this, because we have to plan 90 minutes of stuff to do basically. And then they'll be do the warm up or do the main part, like that. And we also have to fill in 2 tables, and we basically get a grade for each of these, or a certain amount of points. Max is 24. You can't get 0 in a single thing, and any of the sub points you can't get 0, and you need at least 13 points to pass. Yeah. So we'll see, right? Tomorrow will be preparation for the oral exam on Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll study a bit and I'll chill probably again. And today, actually after I came home first of all, I got home after the trainer's license again, right? I hit my ankle. The guy drove me again, thankfully, nice guy. He drove me every single time home, because the way home would have been terrible, quite honestly. So thankfully, thanks to him, I was able to get home within 40 to 45 minutes instead of 2 hours. Yeah, shout out to this guy. And this time was actually the first time we spoke in the car. Like the first two times I read a book, like, or we talked a bit, but then I read a book because there was also another girl in the car, right? There were only just some small talks for here and there, but the main part of the ride was basically just everyone doing their own thing. Yesterday it was. Yesterday I fell asleep, as you know, and today I actually talked to him, like, because he's like an ultra marathon runner. That's what I found out, that he's also into. We talked a bit about that. Then I found out he's working in IT, which is a crazy combination. Like IT and ultra marathon runner. It's crazy. And I also talked, it was just normal conversation, but it was, yeah. So that's what happened, and I got home. What did I do when I got home? When did I even get home? I got home at around 1:30, so yeah, that's quite a while ago. What did I do? Oh, well, I showered, right? Then I prayed, and then I ate, or did I eat first, then shower? No, yeah. No. I showered, prayed, then I ate. Or, no, I ate, showered and prayed, or I showered, ate and prayed. I don't know, something like that. Then I think I didn't do anything. Like, I just watched YouTube. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's when the time waste started, and then what? Yeah, I was on call. Oh yeah, and then I was vibing to music for quite some time. Actually, till just now. Till I decided to record this video, because maybe it is time, because it's like almost 9 a.m. 9 p.m. Oh, not 9 a.m. Yeah, I was actually vibing to some really cool music. And I basically record myself vibing to the songs, especially to two friends, like two guy friends I have, and one of them, like, because he was also part of it, but basically this one guy was constantly singing this song, and so that was quite a while ago, honestly, last year or maybe 2 years ago, I don't even remember. He was singing it constantly, and when I listened to it in the playlist, I was like, oh damn, let me just record myself singing it and send it to him randomly. Like, we haven't talked since last year October or so. I just sent it to him, and also to the other friend who was also always there, and like two of them are closer than me and either one of those two, because I don't know, they play games together, right? Because like the one guy, his older brother, like the one guy, it plays a lot of games, video games especially, or also talks about NFL and just chills with his brother's friend group a lot, basically. Yeah, so they're like friends, better friends, and then I came too. We hung out sometimes I liked him. He's a funny guy, honestly. Yeah. And it's always funny to see his reactions. He was like, "Oh yeah, I want to start reading Atomic Habits." I'm like, "Oh yeah, nice, bro." And then, when he started to know that during the huge improvement I started to make, like the jogging, the training every morning, the intense grind, like, damn, bro, damn, like, yeah. But he was a funny guy. And he's a police officer, or in training to become a police officer. I don't even know. And he's silly, and he has some funny stories. So yeah, funny guy. So crazy how different my friends are, yo. I have I have friends from every part. Like I have friends who are down, who are like at rock bottom. I have friends who are down in the drugs, deep in the drugs, deep in gambling. And then I have friends who are police officers. Then I have friends who are in IT. Then I have friends who are into art. Then I have friends who are into basketball. I have all kinds of friends. It's so crazy. So crazy. But it's good, honestly. It's good. Because when I think of it, like that's the way connections are everything. Imagine you have a connection. Like my trainer too. He has connections into, like, he has some doctor connections. Like he has some martial arts connections, right? And the doctor connections are good, especially now that he's old. Like he's turning 70 next year, I think. Yeah, turning 69 this year, 70 next year. And these doctor connections are obviously so good because he's old, he's fragile, right? He gets hurt easily and a lot. And then he has these doctor connections to some really good doctors, some really good surgeons, or just to some really good, I don't know if they're store or owners or whatnot, because sometimes he basically just gets meat. Like when we grill, he just gets meat for €1. Like normally it would be like, anything from, I don't know, 7 to 12 euros. And that guy just gives it to him for like €1 or €2 per package. That's so crazy. Connections are everything, yo. Connections are everything. So yeah. And honestly, after this weekend, I realized something, because this one new friend that I made, the guys, like the one guy whose number I took yesterday, right? Especially that guy. I know, like everyone was talking to him, no matter the age, right? Even like our age, the elderly, and also the people, middle-aged people. Everyone was talking to him. And I was like, damn, like I observed it from a distance, right? And I was like, damn, okay. Everyone talks to him. And that's because, and they keep, like, everyone is asking questions about him. Because, he's the boxer. He loves boxing. Or at least, yeah, that's his thing, basically. And I was like, everyone's talking to him. Damn, it's interesting. Why is that? Why is that? And I'm like, okay, it's also crazy how everyone is asking questions about his sport, like about boxing. I don't know. So either it's because everyone is interested in boxing, no matter the age or gender, or it's just because he talks a lot, and it's easier to talk to someone, I guess, who talks a lot, because, yeah, I don't know. Especially for the people not my age, like people might say just yap the whole day, they don't even listen. But like the elderly people or the middle-aged people, right? They don't only yap like we do. So I was like, yeah, maybe this is. So what I wanted to say is basically, what I learned maybe is to talk a bit more with people, because usually I'm like, I say less, I listen more, but it's not like I don't speak at all. It's just that I am comfortable with silence and I don't need to speak, right? Like I'm fine with it. But maybe that's also how the conversation with the guy today went more well, because I applied it. I was like, sometimes when the conversation was basically over, when I didn't have another question to ask, instead of a question, right? Because I didn't have any, and letting the conversation go silent, I just said something about myself or my friends, right? And I don't usually do this because I'm like mysterious guy, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I can say that I learned today. Oh, but it's nice. Like I basically made definitely during this weekend at least one or two friends that I can contact again once in a while. Like the guy, he said every 2 to 3 weeks or so he comes here to this district actually where I live. So might as well do something from time to time. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see about that, right? But like I said, it's pretty late now. I will actually continue vibing to music, I think, most likely. And I'll go grab something to eat. That's what I'll do too. And then this is kind of it for today, right? Like I said, tomorrow. The thing is, I didn't read yet. I also didn't meditate. But also, honestly, since I broke my nose, meditation, I haven't been feeling it. I haven't been getting into it. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Like, I'm wondering. I'm honestly wondering why. But it's also just in general. I need to. I mean, Tuesday, last exam, right? As I said. And after that, I will contact the friends who also would do the content creation with me more. I will seriously contact them and be like, yo, let's meet up tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and we'll talk about this. We need to do something. That reminds me, a friend wanted me to upload some content that we filmed as unlisted when we talked about some book. And yeah, on the small mountain, big whatever. So that's like all for today. So we'll see you in the next video.